it's Mikey. Welcome to the farm.
Waking up at dawn, the rooster crows. Sunrise painting fields and golden lows. With my hands in the soil, I plant the seeds. Life on the farm, fulfilling all our needs. Oh, farm life where the green grass grows. Canyon food and the garden shows. Taking care of animals, big and small. In a simple life, we have it all.
Hey y'all, it's Bill. I just wanted to bring y'all over here and show y'all the progress going on in this new garden area, and to give any new viewers anything like that a insight of what's going on around here. And right here, this wood line right here behind me, that's where I was pushing all the trees when I first started this project with the Kubota tractor. And y'all, it was a mess out here. It really was a mess. We had the storm come through and blew a couple of the pine trees down, and it was just a tangled mumbo jumbo, trees everywhere. And when I first started this project, I started it with the chainsaw and the Kubota tractor and was cutting trees down and dragging them out, piling them in that wood line there behind me. And y'all, I felt like I was making more of a mess than I was accomplishing anything. And then we ran across that mini excavator, and I was able to come in here and just clear this area off in a matter of about 2 weeks, just working on it, periodically here and there, a little bit at a time. And mainly the thing that slowed me down the most was burning this stuff up, having to pile it up and repile it up and set it on fire again. But as y'all can see behind me, this is the upper garden area behind me. And this is what we had. And now the new area going behind me here is everything that I cleared off. And y'all, that's nice. It's really nice. And as y'all can see in the video, the fire's still burning. I'm just picking up little scrap pieces of limbs and logs and stuff like that. And it's shaping up really nice. And our ambition, what we got going, what we want to do with this area is to build some raised beds on the hillside right here off of the top upper garden. And that's what I'm shooting for, some raised beds. If nothing, we'll just utilize the hillside and plant stuff on the hillside. I think that'll be really nice. Either way, it's going to be very handy and give us a lot more garden space out here. A lot more. All right, y'all, there's some things that you can't do with a tractor. So I'm out here in this area that we're making into with the new little pond and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be out here picking up all these sticks and limbs and roots and piling them up. I figured I'd bring y'all over here to the fix-it shop with me. And what we're going to be working on today is my dad's backpack blower. It's just a little small backpack blower. He used to pull floats for Southeastern Float Company down in Orangeburg. And me and my mom got him this for Christmas one year so he could blow all the floats off. It gets all that little tassel and just junk on them and dirt. So he'd like to blow the float off before they started decorating it or before he started pulling it. So it was just a little small Husqvarna backpack blower that he could use. I just wanted to show y'all here, and the problem with this, let me get it over here, is the bulb pump right here. And it has done completely disintegrated and it's falling apart. So I have stopped by the store and picked up a new pack of them. It's a little multi-pack of them. And they don't last very long. I think these were 3 different ones in here. I think they were like $9, and they had another pack that was $11. So we're going to take this off and replace it with one of these. I'm not certain what the other two do. Two of them look pretty big, and then one of them looks small. I'll probably just throw it in the trash or just keep it in the toolbox for something. I don't have anything with a small one like that on it. So first thing you can do is take this little pull rope and kind of get it somewhere tucked out of your way. And then the only thing you got to do, this is another thing I try to teach a little something on maintenance and repairs and stuff that you can do yourself and save a little bit of money. Because like I say, this was $9.99, might as well say $10. And to take this somewhere would have probably been in the neighborhood of about $40 or $50. I'm guessing, to take this somewhere and have it fixed. So you save a pretty good bit of money doing it yourself. So as you can see, you can see through it there. It's got a hole all the way through, just completely rotted out. And there is nothing to these little things. You basically just pop it out. That's it. And then you open the new pack up. I have never used these. Usually I just go to like Ace or a lawn and garden center and got these, and I got these somewhere else. So these two look identical. Whoop, the pack's blowing. Except one is higher than the other one. So that really don't matter that much. On the other hand, this little guy right here is way too small for anything I own. Not certain what that would go on, but I'll keep it around, put it back in the pack, and just throw it back in the drawer. So on this, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and use the little one. That's basically pretty much it. I don't see no difference in those two. No difference in those two. That's pretty much it. You just stick it back in there. Go ahead and get your screw started. It's easier if you do the opposing corners. That way you can kind of get it up there straight. Don't tighten them up. Just get it to where you snug them all down a little bit. Just get them all in there and get it pulled all up good. Now this blower hadn't ran in a long time. It's been sitting in my dad's shed. And I went to get it for Miki to have a little light backpack blower instead of that big one that we got, because y'all, that thing is actually pretty heavy. So this one was a lot lighter, and I went to get it, and the bulb had done rotted off of it. You don't need to snug them down much. Alright, now we're going to put some gas in it and see what else could be wrong with it. Like I say, it hasn't been ran in a long time. It might run, it might not run. Might have to take the carburetor off and clean it. So we'll put a little bit of gas in it. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if it'll pump up. Some of the fuel line might be rotted too. So we might actually get in there and have to change some of the fuel line. There it goes. Got this thing on. Well, that saved us $40, $50. Just doing something yourself. That was simple, easy to do, and it does look like it could possibly use some fuel line. Let me look in the fix-it shop and see if I have any fuel line real quick. Yeah, I got some. So let's take all this back apart, and this is going to turn out to be a pretty good video. Whenever I buy this, I actually just buy a couple feet of it, because y'all, it does not last that long, and I just go ahead and keep it on hand instead of having to run and get it every time. That's our government for us, putting ethanol in our fuel, and it eats everything up. All right, so let's go ahead and tear this down even further this time. Go ahead and put that back over here out the way. Trying to get y'all up here a little bit where y'all can see me a little bit better. And still see what's going on. Instead of just having to look at my jacket. Alright, so on the carburetor, when you have to take the whole carburetor off, you actually have 2 bolts going through it that go all the way through the air filter housing that's right here. And then they go through the carburetor and into the head on the motor. So, let me go ahead and take that off and show you all the different pieces of it. Alright. So, as you can see, that's just a little plastic box with the 2 screws that go through. And they go over here to the carburetor. And then to make it a little bit easier, you can actually, all this needs blowing off real good. Let me grab a pair of pliers. Alright, let me get the air hose and blow that off. It's so nasty. And I don't want all that going down in the fuel tank. I'll take the throttle cable off. Trying to get down here to these fuel lines where I can see what I'm doing. Alright, I just went ahead and snipped them because they're so hard and brittle that it's unbelievable. Let me see if we can get that out. This is the fun part. Might need to get me another screwdriver. Let me see here. All right, so the yellow one is a return, and the black one, let me show y'all here. Let me show y'all what I'm having to do here. I bent a piece of wire to make it as a hook, so you can reach down in that fuel tank. And catch the fuel filter. Because you're going to have it put back on there. Let me go ahead and cut that and then pull that one out. And that's what just went on the end. This one, that's hard as a rock, y'all can see it. That's supposed to, you see how flexible this is? And you can see this one here. It's hard as a rock. That's what ethanol does to your plastic fittings and stuff. Alrighty. Alright, so what we're gonna do is get that little snapper ring off. Then we're going to take the pocket knife and cut that remainder of that hose off. Be careful not to cut yourself. Alright, so got all that off. Let me go ahead. And this little thing right here is actually hard as a rock too. And I do not have one of these. This is what I was trying to get out earlier. You can buy that little part, but I do not have one. This fuel line is actually a little bit bigger than that fuel line. But the inside diameter, I'm not certain if I can stretch it out enough for the piece that I really need. I might have to go get some fuel line, y'all. Let's go ahead and put it through there and see if we can get it. See if we can get it in there. All right, y'all, after a little bit of struggling there and a pair of needle nose pliers, I finally got it through. So what we're gonna do is stick this back down in here. Remember, this is your fuel line. The long one is your fuel line, and then this one right here is your return line. So let's get that all back down in there. There we go. So now we're going to use our little piece of wire again. Cut this a little bit shorter here. To fish our new fuel line back out. Get the fuel line back out. And well, y'all gonna laugh. I done lost that little teeny snap ring. You don't have to have it. But I don't know where it went. It was right here. You don't have to have it though. It's good to put it back on there. Stick a screwdriver in there, make the fuel line a little bit bigger. And then I've never had one come off. If it comes off, the most it's gonna do is your blower will cut off. But what that is it's a filter and a weight. So as you're walking, like in a weed eater especially, a backpack blower not so much, but a weed eater especially, with like if you're weed eating on a hill or an angle or something like that, or if you only got a little bit of fuel left, it'll run to one side of the tank, because you see the tank's got like the corners in it. Well, this little weight right here, which is also a fuel filter, will flop around in the tank and kind of follow the gas. So if you weed eat on the hill on your right, like this right here, and the gas all runs to one side of your tank, this little weight will chase your gas and keep up with your gas and let you use every bit. But like I say, I lost a little snap ring. I've never had one of these come off. It's good to put it back on there if you can find it. I'm not certain where it is. It fell down here on the ground somewhere when I was messing around. But the chances of that coming off are very now. But like I say, if it does, I'll just go get one. They ain't nuts, probably a couple pennies. But then all you do, once you got that on there, you just put your little thing back down in the gas tank. And then, let me finish getting this stuff off the carburetor. There's another one of them little snapper rings. They ain't much, they actually look like a little small, I don't know if y'all can see it. Actually looks like a little small thing that you put your keys on your key ring. That's all it is, a little tiny small one. So, let me get that turned around. There's one last thing I want to check real quick. Okay. Wanted to make sure which one was the fuel line and which one was the return line. Alright, so the fuel line's over here and the return line's over there. Gotta make sure you do that or you won't be running very long. Alright, so that was your fuel line. And then we'll put the little snap ring on there, like that. And put the little return line on. No, it's hard for y'all to see. I'll bring that little snap ring back up. Alright. So as y'all can see, got all new fuel lines on there. So, clean this off. Let me do that. It'd be a little easier to get that line back on that carburetor for the throttle. Alright, that's back on there. sure the throttle works. That works good. So ready? Put our air filter back in here. There it goes. Alrighty, let's try it out now. Now that we got all new fuel line and everything on there. That's one thing fixed. Now all that probably would have saved you close to about $100 right there. It's expensive to take anything to a repair shop anymore. Like I say, it doesn't need to be scary to work on your own things. Some things I understand that you might want to just take it somewhere, but little minor things like that you can do yourself and save yourself a lot of money, and counting the time and the gas that it would have taken to take it somewhere and have it fixed. So I'm happy with that. It's just a little tiny backpack blower. It's light for her to tote around. That other one we got's way too big, so for her to tote around. She does it though. She lugs it all over the yard blowing leaves. But I thought of this one up there, and this has been sitting for a while, and the ethanol's done ate it up. So we repaired everything, and like I say, these fuel line, I think it cost like was like 60 cents a foot or something like that. And every time I go, I get all the different sizes. There's like probably about 6 different sizes of it. I'll get like 2 foot each one, keep it in the toolbox over there. And I usually keep these little bulbs around, little bulb pumps, but I was out of them. And I got a weed eater here I'm gonna fix too, because I actually had an old weed eater, and the new weed eater, the brand new weed eater, hadn't got many hours on it at all. I'm talking about like maybe about 3 or 4 hours. It's been sitting in the corner of the shed over there, and the ethanol actually ate the fuel line out of it. And that's a dose of my own medicine, because I was telling y'all to use the ethanol free stuff, the store stuff, and I didn't think about it with that weed eater, and I went to grab it, and the ethanol done ate it alive. So I will start in that weed eater and everything I've got, start putting the ethanol free fuel when I store it. Now if I'm going to use it out here on a daily basis during the summertime when I use the weed eater a lot, I'll actually just run regular gas through it. But when I store it, I'm going to put the ethanol free fuel. I'm over here at the little mud hole pond, getting it cleaned out a little bit. And y'all, what you have to do, if y'all can see the difference in the layers of the dirt right there. See, this is just mud and sand and stuff sitting on top of the clay deposits. Now that clay, you'll see while I'm digging it, it's hard as a rock. So I have to scoop off all the sand, muck, and stuff like that and get down to a good foundation and then dig in the pond and put clay on top of that. If you left that layer of sand, mulch, limbs, mud, anything like that, your pond will leak there. It will seep out and seep through that sand just like a filter in your house when you filter the water out of sand filter. So you want to get all that off and get down to a good solid foundation of clay. Me and my granddaddy and my uncle have built numerous ponds over the years. And they taught me how to do it. My uncle's built probably 50, 60 something ponds for different people over the years. So I'm just gonna sit y'all up here and let y'all see a little bit of this and see what I'm doing. And I've got some of that started leveling out over there, and I'm starting to dig and get some good clean clay. And I'm gonna get this stuff off the top, and I'll let y'all see that. Not burning, y'all. We're gonna throw a wee little bit of gas on it. Maybe that'll get it burning. Gas burns up too quick. I like diesel fuel or used hydraulic oil. It lasts a long time. All right, everybody. I know it don't really look like it, but it's actually cleaned up pretty good. And the pond's looking really good down here. Got that clay over there on that side. And I gotta clean this little bit up right here. Got this leveled out. Almost got the fire. It's going. So got all them sticks in the fire. Got most of that pile down there that I piled. Y'all saw me in the video when I was digging this side. Got most of it leveled out a little bit. Excuse me. Well, y'all, just a little bit at a time. Excuse me. Just a little bit at a time and let it dry out and just keep working at it and picking up sticks and burning them and letting the clay dry on the pond over there so I can actually get the tractor and run over that and level it out. It's so wet But you wanna put like a layer of clay and pack it down. Once you get down to that good clay foundation, put clay on it, and then driving on it will pack it down. Excuse me. Too much smoke. The tractor will actually pack it down, and then you just keep building it up to the height you want, and then you can put some topsoil on it to get grass growing on it. That's what I'm doing right here, in this area right here. So, y'all, it's turning out good. I'm actually happy with it. I got them stumps pushed back in the woods further over there, and this is a nice area, y'all. It's getting close to probably about half an acre cleared off. So I left that stump there. Y'all, it's an old gum tree, and that thing, I just don't feel like sitting there for a half hour digging it up. It's got roots everywhere. I tried poking at it, and it'll rot off. So I'm just gonna leave it. It's not really in the way. I gotta fill this hole in back here, and I will probably pop that pine stump up. And but other than that, y'all, it's looking really good. So I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. I wish I had one of them rakes that go behind the tractor that's got all the fingers on it. I can't think of what you call it, like a root and rock rake. That'd be nice, just to be able to go out here and go over it with the tractor. It's kind of like a scrape blade, but it's just got little fingers on it. And pull all these little pieces of roots and stuff, because sometimes you got to pull them up and they buried 4 feet under the dirt and you can't get them out. So yeah, that'd be nice to have. But all right, y'all, I'll catch you later, and hope you had fun coming along with me, and I appreciate you coming along with me, and thank you. Everyone have a great day.
Cows in the pasture, the chickens in the coop. Every day's an adventure in this rustic loop. From sunrise to sunset, we work and play, celebrating farm life in the best kind of way. Oh, farm life where the green grass grows, canning food and the garden shows, taking care of animals big and small. In this simple life we have it all.
Y'all come back and see us soon.